I'm Nathan Hayes. You're listening to the recordings of Soviet Outpost Station 1. I'm joined by Kai and Matt Andrew.
Andrew?
I mean, sorry.
I'm offended.
Wait, what was his nickname again?
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
His real name is Ryan.
Oh, whoops. But yeah,
See how much I'm loved?
well, you are. It's just I don't remember names very well. That's my problem. In a different cabin. We're in the same outpost, but we're not in the same cabin.
Mr. Rogers. I talk with you.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, okay. We might as well start this by saying, or talking about what we were talking about last night, but I'm not going to start it because it was
What did we talk about last night? I forget.
about kids, I think. Mountain kids?
Oh, yeah, about Mountain Hicks.
Mountain Hicks.
Yeah.
Oh, and their parents don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah, and that's how I would be if I was a parent, if I wanted kids, which I don't.
I want kids.
Why? Why would you want kids?
Because I'm going to make the best goddamn kids possible.
You're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed.
My kids are going to be assholes. That's my plan.
You know, if you, okay. I mean, that's
Which is pretty easy to do.
I guess.
Pretty easy to make your kids assholes.
I mean, okay, yes, but I don't think that makes them the best.
They're best to me.
But that's because they're yours.
Well, my perfect kid is an asshole kid. Because it would just be hilarious.
But it won't be perfect to anybody else. If you want to make the perfect kid.
Think of the fucking stories with an asshole kid.
Ooh.
It's the
I just
best.
don't think they're... Okay, because here's the thing. I know plenty of people that have asshole kids and good kids. The good kids have better stories. The asshole kids have more interesting stories, but it's always...
Asshole kids have asshole stories.
Yeah, that's the point. It's...
Or maybe, like, have a asshole kid, and then, like, his twin brother's, like, a good kid, and have, like, that weird twinsy thingy. That would be kind of cool.
Okay, I could see that. But okay.
Mountain kids. Anyways.
Yeah, how does that... Okay, so... But why were we talking about that last night?
Because I live with two mountain kids.
Oh, for the summer?
Yeah, I live with two mountain kids.
But no, why were we talking about that?
Because they're
you were
fucking
raging.
psychopaths.
I was a psychopath?
What? No.
No, because... Oh, no. You were talking about how you didn't want kids, and I'm like, fucking mountain kids are the best kind of kids that you... Are the kids that you would have.
That I would have?
Yes.
It's because that stemmed from relationships, because that stems from everything that we talk about in Jadon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or Soviet Outpost.
Soviet Outpost number 1.
It's the same thing. I mean, I swear to God, it is. I mean, the only difference is we only fly the state flag over the Soviet flag. So we'll keep that state a secret. Because we could be in the state of Germany or the state of Florida.
State of Germany.
State of Germany? Is that a thing?
Not an actual United States state, but like, it is a state, a nation state.
Well, a nation state.
I mean, East Germany still exists as a
American
couple
states.
islands that the Cubans never took as a gift.
Stupid Cubans. Take your land.
No, like, it's awesome. East Germany still technically exists.
Good job, East Germany. Thanks for living, guys.
Well, no one lives there.
Really?
Yeah, no one lives on
I
these
would
islands.
live there.
Ryan, with this asshole kid.
I would live there with my asshole kids.
Yeah, that doesn't sound half bad.
That would be kind of fun.
It would be, but would it be?
Would it be worth it?
Yeah.
Would you live with your wife?
Probably.
Would you have a wife?
Would I have a
Fuck
wife
yeah.
is a better question, Kai, because I don't want shit anymore. I used to believe in a fairy tale type ending, not like mega fairy tale, like everything will be perfect and sparkly, we'll always be in love. No, like I get it, like fights happen, and I get like you don't always you're always kind of like sometimes you're not always you're sometimes like fighting,
mesh.
and you don't always mesh together like clockwork. But I mean, like you can have those fairy tale moments. I used to believe that. Now I think that's the exception. Like fairy tale moments, just the ability to have those moments now and again is
pretty rad.
It's rad, but it's rare too. I don't think it's I don't think it's like the. I think it's an exceptional case when that happens.
Could you have that with every couple? Or
I
like
used to.
as
I used to
every
think
girl?
so, but no, not anymore. No way.
2D girls.
We talked about this, and this is something we definitely talked about last night. But no, I cannot do the 2D girls. That is a distraction.
A stimulant. That's a stimulant.
That too, but that's all it is. It's thin air.
It's not real.
It's a drug.
It's a drug. It's like taking cocaine when you want to take meth.
Okay, I can buy that one. But I mean, let's see. Oh, well, that's neat. Okay, I never had to use this feature on my phone. Isn't that cool? It's on the lock screen.
Neato.
Okay, we're done looking at the stereograph. But anyway,
Stereographs are cool.
it makes you make noise without needing a purpose behind the noise. That's why this is good that it's off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to look at it.
No, because then you'll make noise and you'll be like, ooh.
Ah!
The rest of the camp is like, what are they doing out there?
It's like they're on drugs.
They're on drugs. Well, I mean, okay. But back to the topic.
It's like when they're trying to take cocaine instead of meth.
Yeah. So,
The loop around.
but I mean, is cocaine just not accessible anymore?
Cocaine?
Not literally. Not literally.
Wait.
Not literally. My server at work, like he has like cocaine on him every other day. I mean, it's not.
Okay.
I get it, but I mean, like figuratively, is the figurative coke impossible to get?
I don't think so.
Really? Why not?
I don't know. My grandparents have been married for 60
Oh, well,
plus
so have
years.
my parents. My
So,
parents have been around for like 30 years, and it's like I mean, like everyone's parents is like, oh yeah, it was cool. Like, is it just different these days?
I don't know. There's some couples I feel like they just rush it too much, and there's others.
Well, that's certainly a problem.
Well,
but I'm
yeah.
definitely not that person. I've had one relationship which ended, and we became best friends instead, and that's okay. And we're still great friends to this day. And I'm even best friends with her boyfriend today, and they're one of those couples.
Any of my exes.
What?
I don't talk to any of my exes. Well, one because they turned into land whales.
Oh, I wouldn't talk to land whales either.
Yeah, they were really hot, then they turned to land whales.
That's weird.
High school.
That looks. That must really suck to see a transformation like that.
It made me cry. Like one of them I really liked. I was like, oh yeah, she's super freaking hot in freshman year, and I was like, holy shit.
And when
and
you
then,
graduate
like,
with them.
senior year, I was like,
Is she a feminist too?
fuck. No, she's just a fucking idiot.
I
Like, she
thought
has the
those were
IQ of,
synonyms.
She has like an IQ of like 30. I feel at
I
times.
pretty much think both of those are
Like
synonyms.
she's like, is cocaine like a real drug that you can get at a store and it helps you? And I'm like, what the fuck are you smoking?
Not cocaine.
Not cocaine. You inject marijuana, apparently.
Yeah. That's what our boss said, anyways.
Oh yeah.
I tried it once. Nothing happened.
Did it just like clog your artery, or did you like grind it
I don't
up
know.
Wait, can you?
real
Okay,
fine?
now my question really is because like we've been joking about this for the past week and a half, but can you actually inject HTC and get high off of that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
you could.
well, that's
You'll-
interesting.
You'll get high off your ass.
Okay.
Like, more than marijuana would, but
Right.
you could.
I mean, because that's what happens.
Essentially, yeah.
That's what happens.
You probably will fucking die if you take too much, like, more than, like...
Mm-hmm.
If you take, like, a Mountain Dew bottle's worth, then you're gonna be fucking dead.
If
But
you
take
inject a Mountain Dew's
Well,
worth of anything other than blood, you'll...
No! If you took a Mountain Dew bottle worth of marijuana, you'll just be high off your ass for a few hours.
For a few hours, maybe a couple of
But you wouldn't-
days. Like, look at this.
Have you seen, like, mega, like, marijuana heads and stuff like that? They fucking smoke more than that.
Yeah,
Than a-
but I think
than
you
a
have, I think you have
Mountain
to
Dew bottle.
climatize to that kind of usage.
Baja Blast. This radio station has been brought to you by Baja Blast. Guys, go get your Baja Blasts.
Thanks, Matt Ryan. Thank you so much for that
Promotion.
bumper. That totally was a bumper. It wasn't even like live. Wasn't even.
A thing.
Yeah.
But Baja Blast is
we
good.
didn't actually just do that. We did that 18 minutes from now.
But Baja Blast is good.
You're ruining it.
Well, I don't know. I think Baja Blast is a lot better than normal Mountain Dew.
I
used to
Sangria,
think
though.
that
That's just personal.
I used to think that last year, but then I drank so damn much of it. I'm like, nowadays, I'll still drink it as almost as a novelty. Like, I remember last year. How weird is
when
that?
Baja Blast was a thing.
When it was
Like,
new.
Gamer
Well, I mean,
Fuel.
I don't drink it that often.
I remember Gamer Fuel. That was a thing.
No, you know what I remember? I remember the Mountain Dew that had the grape flavor. Where the fuck did that go? Why did Voltage win? Why is Voltage still around? Okay, when
Sangria
Voltage
Blast or
when
whatever
Voltage
it is?
was
No, no,
oh
Sangria,
no, listen to me. When Voltage was like a competition, like when that was part of the competition for
I
which
remember.
one of the three sticks around, there was that one, a purple one, no, a pink one, and a purple
I never
one.
tried the pink one.
I did. It was okay, but no, there was a grape soda flavored Mountain Dew. It was like grape juice and Mountain Dew had just become one thing.
That sounds
Was the
pretty good.
best.
That sounds pretty good.
Well, supposedly like the Sangria, whatever it is.
I like Sangria. Fucking.
Supposedly that's like grape flavor. Except
Oh,
it tastes
you
like
mean
cough
you mean
syrup.
the one I had today at the post?
Maybe.
The Sangria, the red one,
Yeah, the one that you have at the trading post now.
Yeah.
that's really good, but it's really, really syrupy.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I like it. It
It's
was
thick.
good. It is thick, but that's the problem with Baja Blast. It's not thick enough.
It's
Oh,
thin.
I like how thin it is.
I
I
don't
like how
like
light it is.
Are we
No, no,
talking
no.
about Mountain Dew like where people talk about like spirits and liquor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I mean, it's not
It's a little bit
bad.
more
It's
in-depth
not
than-
by any means bad, and it's still a good flavor. But I wish it was thicker. Because the problem is now it feels like I'm just water. I have sugar water in my mouth.
I feel that.
Yeah, I can feel that. That's why I like Sangria best.
Because it's kind of syrupy.
Because it's syrupy, but it
You-
also is very strong, I feel.
Does
with Baja
does anyone
Blast.
remember when you loved Code Red?
Oh, I hated Code Red
I
from the
fucking hate
beginning.
Code Red.
Whoa, from the beginning.
I like Voltage. I hate
I don't
fucking
like
Code
Voltage.
Red.
I really like the white one, Whiteout.
Oh,
hate
that's
Wipeout.
it's
The
been so long
jizz?
since I've.
I fucking hate that shit. I was like, oh, this is alright when I first saw it, and then my friend's like, hey, it looks like jizz, and I'm like, fuck this drink.
I like it because it makes me think of ice.
I like it.
Could you imagine like someday
Turn
in
it
the,
into ice.
Could you someday in the far, far like grim future, like the grim future, like we have like in like we have a special like occasion, a fancy event,
Shout out to Grim.
and like what happens is like fancy drinks are brought out to like the patrons in suits, tuxedos, and dresses and all that, and the problem is it's Mountain Dew.
Fuck. Yeah.
Can you see this
That would be
future
fucking
ice?
That's
hilarious.
gross.
This is in the future. We can't prevent.
Already the number of obese people outweigh.
Well, they outweigh us for sure.
Yeah.
But that's not because they outnumber us.
Number of obese people outnumber the number of
People like
people
us.
that are
Not
just overweight.
in this.
No, just overweight.
Not in the name of this. Not in the redacted name of this state that this post is in.
Yeah,
Because-
but
This is
Make it-
fucking this place.
Shh.
this is
This is
don't
a fucking-
don't,
Soviet
don't give
Russia.
away the location, Matt Ryan. Because remember, if the Soviets listen to us, if
We are the
Putin's,
Soviets.
if Putin isn't. If Putin finds us, if he finds the general bioregion we're in, he will kill us because he doesn't care. He will take Ukraine. He will take us off the map too. All he needs is a general location.
Shout out to Putin.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, it's either super unpopular or super popular to say, I hate Obama, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a better idea. Instead of criticizing an asshole, like most politicians are,
Yeah.
why don't I just praise someone who's less of an asshole? Like Putin.
Putin's like the biggest
He's a
asshole.
fucking asshole.
That
He's
makes
like the
him
asshole.
No.
Asshole.
Okay. What's the biggest problem? Okay. What's the biggest problem in the work that we do today? We're going to redact what we do as well because
Is-
legal things. But But when it comes to where we work, what we're doing, when people say, hey, my blah, 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 blah is not getting what he needs, blah, 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 usually the answer should be, go fuck yourself. We're busy because we're doing it with everybody else. Your blah, 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 blah isn't happening because this person won't pay attention, right? That's what needs to be said. But instead, we're customer service. We have to be polite, cordial, and we have to say to them, you're right, I'll get on it. Thank you very much for bringing this to my attention, right? Right.
Yes.
That's what happens. Well, okay, that's not Putin. Putin is the guy that says, go fuck yourself and unfuck yourself later. Come back when you're done. Like, he made Chechnya bow to his will.
Okay.
At a good price to boot, but I mean, you know, it was interesting that he did it. I mean, it was all distraction, sure, but that's not quite the point. The point is he did it nonetheless, and everyone went along with it or believed it. That's even better.
He got away with it.
He really did, and he will always get away with it.
Yeah,
Honestly, I would like. Okay, as bad as the man is, because he is a bad person, he would be a better leader than the one we have now, or the one we had 4 years ago, or the one we had 4 years before that.
He looks at our president and laughs.
Yeah. Do you remember? Like, now I'm not praising Bush because Bush was a progressive, and I'm not too fond of them either. But
they're all assholes.
They all are. There's very few good men in Washington anymore. But do you remember? Do you remember the days when Putin and Bush were having like that honeymoon? Remember that? When they were just hanging out a lot for like a couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you remember any of the footage from like this is a long time ago? If you say you don't remember, it's all right.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. Well, here's
I
the
don't
thing.
remember the footage. I remember.
You know how body language is like it all is about power and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Well, the thing is, the way Bush walked, Putin reacted to. Okay. Okay. Like Putin doesn't react to people much, especially in person. Like, a couple, like, I don't know when this happened, like maybe a year ago or maybe a month ago, somewhere around these lines. Recently, in recent memory, when he was meeting the German chancellor, she, by the way, is afraid of dogs, right?
Oh, didn't he bring his dog?
He brought a dog as a gift for her, but not just any dog, like one of those, like, Caucasian shepherds, the one that's, like, the czars of Russia used to have to hunt bears with.
Yeah.
Like, they grow as big as Yukon. Like,
I wanted one of those.
Like, they're huge, fluffy, and they love people. They're really friendly.
but they're huge. They're like bears.
But she was sitting in the room, and he was like, I have a gift for you. Here is this puppy. And, like, this 2-year...
Puppy.
This 6-month-old Caucasian shepherd leaps into her arms. She's like... Like, she's, like, petrified in fear in her chair. And, like, Putin's, like... And it's licking her face and her arms and hands. Like, because it loves her, you know? It loves people.
What happened to that
and then it goes and chases down another guy with the camera in the room, right? Because it loves people. It loves the attention.
I love you.
But Putin is just there kind of smirking, right? Well, with Bush, they walked like cowboys. Because if Putin didn't walk like a cowboy, because Bush did, he'd look like the weak guy. I don't mean like that. I mean like he like stepped with authority. He put his, you know, like he made sure his
chest forward.
His gestures with his arms were they looked
strong.
Yeah, I guess that's a better way to say it.
Masculine.
Yeah, and so whenever Putin was around Bush, he would act a lot more masculine than he usually does. And that's pretty strange because Putin is known to be extra masculine. You know, fishing and horseback riding with his guns, chest bare naked, and it's like,
wrestling bears to the ground.
Yeah, or hunting tigers in Serbia or something like that, right?
Fucking crazy shit.
But when he was around Bush, he had to act like he was a man. That's different. Now, it's like, do you see him reacting to, you know, our president now?
Haha, fuck you, black man. That's what it is.
That's kind of what it is. I mean, I actually sometimes wonder if Putin is like I wonder if he hates black people. I'm really wondering if he actually is racist to like black people in general. Because
how many black people live in Russia?
Into the mind of Putin.
Like seriously, like what if he is? What if he hates black people as much as the KKK do? Right?
That would be crazy.
Like what if he
What
actually
if he supports the KKK?
Like
he is the new KKK.
That would be pretty chill.
An ex-KGB officer?
I think it would be pretty freaking funny.
In the KKK.
Yeah.
Interesting theory.
I think it would
Back
be pretty
that
funny.
up and we'll talk. But no, like seriously, like what if he does? What if he does hate our president only because he is black? Like, can you imagine like how strange that must be to like?
Fuck you fucking mosquito.
Like, I mean, does that not sound weird to you? Like, I wonder now.
If he's a racist?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think it would be that racist.
okay, not like.
I feel like he's a closet racist.
Okay. I like that.
Like, I get that vibe.
Have you ever found the game Vladdy Bird?
Vladdy Bird?
Vladdy Bird.
No.
So that's Victor Alpha Lima Bird. Or no, Vladdy, so not Flappy.
No, it's Vladimir Putin's face on
Right.
Vladdy Bird.
Wow.
On Flappy Bird.
Wow.
And what you're dodging is men's asses. And it's the Sochi Olympics.
Oh, when that circle didn't light, oh my god. He looks
I think
so
it's
pissed.
I still think it's a thing online. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I know there's a multiplayer Flappy Bird.
That would be freaking cool. I
It's
wanna
like you
try
get to
that.
see people playing live with you.
That's pretty cool. So Flappy Bird's still a thing.
Because of the internet.
They
Fuck
won't
that
let
game.
things die.
I never played the game.
The internet will not let things die. That should die.
What should die?
The fucking chipmunk. The one that goes dun dun dun. Fuck that.
No, I don't know.
Fuck that chipmunk. Do you know what? We have its brother in a fucking box.
What?
Did you see it?
Oh
Go
my
get it.
gosh.
Go get it.
I'm not. No.
Bring it out.
You know, it's fucking dead.
Oh, well,
It's
that's not
fucking dead in
exciting.
that
I've
bucket.
seen dead chipmunks all the time.
Well, it's floating.
And it's bloated.
Hold on a minute.
And this is now an advertisement. While he goes checks on the dead fucking chipmunk that's in a bunch of radioactive waste that we have laying around camp.
It crawled into a bucket.
And he couldn't get out. He couldn't get out.
So he got into the bucket.
He got into the bucket. We think
couldn't
he
crawl
got out into the bucket somehow because he thought it smelled.
You
so
mean like
he's
he jumped off the table over the porch?
Or like he just
No,
like,
I think he
jumped
just
up in
climbed in it.
Like
Like he climbed up
but he
the
couldn't
side,
get out, and
but
he
he
drowned.
couldn't get out, and he fucking
because
drowned.
it's round and there's water and it's slippery and it's plastic.
And there's no like edges on the side. So he
What
can't put
a
his
way to
finger-
die!
What a
Right?
fucking idiot!
It's a squirrel, asshole.
Fucking idiot squirrel. If I was a squirrel,
We have to trash that shit before it smells.
we should go. Yeah,
We need to get
we should go get Tom.
We need to get Tom.
Or not Tom. Trevomir. I'm trying to think of a T.
We've
name
already
for it.
said his name.
Fuck.
You've already said we work at camp. Like, way to go, asshole.
Well, we work at.
No, shut the fuck up. Do you want Putin to kill us now?
Yes. It'll be funny.
No, it won't. It will actually be painful.
he has a big red circle around where we are right now.
Well, no,
He doesn't have exact locations yet.
No.
but
If
he's homing in on
if
us.
he gets a 100,000 square mile area, he will kill us. That's all he needs.
10-mile area.
100,000 mile area.
1,000
mile.
Is that like a million?
I don't know what
like,
the fuck that is.
I
Did
feel
you
like
just pull that out of your ass?
I did.
Put it back in your ass.
That's gonna hurt.
like spread wide and we'll push it slowly. in
No,
there.
I ain't letting you push anything up my ass. That is so
What the fuck is
gay.
that?
What?
Give me a second.
You mean the card thing over there? The thing that's rusting?
Is that a cowbell?
That's Alex's magic card deck thing. Put it back.
But
Is it really?
I want it.
Is
Well,
it really?
That's his. I don't know why it's there, but it is there. Maybe he's trying to age it or something. I don't know.
Age it?
I don't know.
I wouldn't want fucking rust on my.
No, I think he's gonna clean it, but he'll age it. That's what he's doing. I think that's what he's doing. I have no fucking clue what he does with his magic deck. Who do you guys play Magic?
Yeah.
I'm
I
like
got into it
thinking-
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm like thinking of
everyone that
starting to play.
works here fucking plays that game.
Because they're a bunch of fucking nerds. I'm a nerd.
There's nothing
Everyone's
wrong
like
with
16,
nerds.
17.
Well, I'm a nerd
Like,
too, but in a different way.
Oh, I'm not 17.
Well, like the plays.
Oh,
I'm
right.
22.
But I mean, like, the thing is, like, why? Why is it so addictive?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I played Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day, like second grade, but that was only for one grade, and then I quit.
It was like a drug in my elementary school. Like the school banned
cards.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they banned it for us too. It was the
Why?
cards because it was people
Kids
were
would
just
fight over
trading.
them.
Yeah.
Kids
Because
would
you
Let
play
them
the
fight.
cards
They
so
grow
much.
up. My God, why is everything?
No, but
so...
kids like broke their arms and.
Oh
stuff,
no!
so it's
Did
like,
they die?
Oh, no.
Did they die?
No.
No.
There's a rumor going around school that a kid climbed into a vent for a super rare Yu-Gi-Oh card, and then his friends trapped him in the vent and killed him.
What a great
This is
rumor!
in fucking elementary school.
You know, back in elementary school, I was a PI.
A PI?
Well, for a little while, and then I became a mobster. You want to hear about my racketeering days?
Let's
back
hear
in...
it. Let's hear
Okay,
it.
so here's how it
I was
works.
an angry elementary
No,
school.
listen
I was
to
a
me.
bully.
I've got a good story.
Yeah, I didn't
so,
talk.
Well, that's your fucking problem.
Well, I mean, what's in the past is in the past.
I'll tell you about.
Oh
my
no, this
bully
is not in the
stories.
past. It is still here to haunt me because this is great shit.
All right, go.
All right,
Shoot.
all right. Now don't interrupt yet because this is gonna get good. So what happens is, let's take you back to fourth grade. Okay, fourth grade. I'm not gonna say the teacher. I'm not gonna say the school because then they'll find us. But let's just make it clear that class money was a thing. Does anyone remember class money?
Like the teacher
Yes,
would give
yes,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Like the tokens.
a teacher buck or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So each class had its own money, right? So it was like
Yeah.
only one class. Each class was like a confederacy. It was like it made up the school, but it was like everyone had their own currency. It was pretty much like the Eurozone before it became the Eurozone. It was a fucking mess. It's still a fucking mess, but whatever.
It's
That's
a
not the
controlled
point.
fucking mess.
Right, it's a controlled, centralized, fucked up mess. So anyway, the thing is, we were like, wow, this is cool. Then in fifth grade, because that was when it was introduced to us. Fifth grade. Apparently, one of the teachers. This was a great year for me, by the way.
Okay.
One of the teachers. Let me say that again. Fifth grade. Now it's sixth grade. Okay.
Okay.
It's sixth grade now. One of the teachers had decided to get all the teachers together and say, okay, we're all going to have one centralized school currency for this grade.
Wait, sixth grade was still elementary for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know, it's weird.
That's
Anyway.
Old school.
Huh?
That's old school.
I guess
That's
so.
like Asian shit right there.
I'm white. I mean, okay. So anyway, you racist asshole.
Yo, hold on.
So anyway, so yes, it was still elementary school. So he decided to get all the teachers involved in one school, one class currency. So all the sixth graders had the same money, right? So that's the first thing. It was cool because we could trade money. We started doing that.
Oh no.
No, it gets better.
Oh no.
No, it gets better. We started paying each other for like random things, like chewing gum and chewing gum, and
Smarties.
and video games off flash drives. And these were new. Flash drives were pretty new. Like
Movie pictures on flash drives.
no, actually no. That was one of the things that was not on that list. That's interesting. Yeah.
Why is that not on the list?
I will.
Sixth grade.
We were
Sixth grade was my
we were a good kid
pinnacle.
school. we were a good kid school in a way. We were more preppier than most.
Okay.
So either way, I'm sure there's someone that was, but doesn't matter.
This is dark.
Kai, what are you
dark
doing?
Magic.
I like.
Oh, is it your joints?
I don't know.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. It was really distracting. So anyway, back to the story. One central currency for one class. So that's 4 classrooms that made up 6th grade, okay? And we were out, so let me set this scene. It's kind of like this outpost here. One trailer there, one trailer there, one trailer there, one trailer there. 4 classrooms, and then we had the outside on the edge of the school, and that was our recess area. So anyway, we find out that, like, wow, this money is in black and white. Or no, sorry, that was last year. All right, we were like, this money's in color. And then my mom got, my other friend named Nathan, different Nathan, his mom got a photocopier that could print in color.
Oh, shit.
So we were like, Nate, you should print this bill, this $5 class money bill,
Oh, fuck.
and print out as many of them as you can. Okay, so we're like, how old were we in 6th grade? I'm asking you guys.
Yo, I'm young for my age. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm going to say 13.
Okay, well, let's say 12.
12.
Okay.
12. I think it's 12.
So for a 12-year-old, this was pretty
They wanna yell
complicated
at us.
because what happened was he brought back a sheet that wasn't one single bill. It was a 8x10 sheet of these bills. So one paper one regular size printer paper made 8 by 10 bills of this $5 bill we had. And we were like, huh, well, you didn't quite print one. And then we looked at the backside, it was blank. We're like, oh, well, that's a bummer. Looks like we can't use this after all. But then I thought to myself, no, we can. Because both sides were the same. There was no difference between either side. So it wasn't like you had to double print it. Because that would have been too complicated for the rest of the day.
You're 12-year-olds.
Yeah, we're 12. I mean, we weren't... And this was when we still had Windows 98 on some computers back in the day. I'm not kidding. Our school had Windows 98. Anyway. Focus. So what happens is...
Squirrel.
So then what happens is I take one side and another side, I cut them out, I glue them together with as little glue as I can, and I press them with a book, a dictionary, and I'm like, guys, next day I was like, guys, what does this look like to you? And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, I was holding up a regular dollar bill, okay, for them, and I was like, class money. When I say dollar bill, I mean like a class money bill, not American currency.
Okay.
So I say, hey, what does this look like to you? And they're like, that looks like class money. And I was like, you're right. What does this one look like to you? And it was regular class money. And they're like, well, that's regular class money. I pulled this one out. I was like, and this was the fake. I was like, what does this look like to you? And they're like, regular class money. And I was like, what does this one look like to you? And they're like, regular class money. I was like, now what if, and I took a regular one out again. So you understand the pattern?
Yeah.
So then I took out another real one. I was like, now what does this look like to you? And they're like, what? Right, regular class money? I was like, well, looks like you couldn't tell them apart. Like, what do you mean? He's like, this one's the fake. And I peel it open.
Oh.
With like a exo marker, sharper, whatever the fuck we call those.
X-Acto knife?
X-Acto knife, yes, thank you.
Why do you have a fucking X-Acto knife in 6th grade? They wouldn't trust us with regular scissors in 6th grade.
We need to use those safety
They didn't
scissors.
trust us with them. We just had them.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So anyway, they were like, whoa, we can make more, right? And I'm like, fuck yeah. So
All the gum you want.
So instead of doing my homework every night, I would take this sheet home and I would cut it up, glue them together, press them with a dictionary. Next day I'd be like, guys, guess how much money we have today? $45. So it gets better. It gets getting better. So then we were like, okay, around this time we had no playground on our side of the school. We weren't allowed to use the younger areas playground equipment. We're too old. Yeah. So we were like, well, we can always dig foxholes. So, so what we do is we start building foxholes. And we're just digging shit in the ground. We're digging holes that are big enough to keep us covered from the German advance on the Western Front. Okay,
that's pretty good.
And so then the best part was one group of friends was like, you know what, you guys are assholes. Like, we didn't say it like that because we were young, but it was like pretty much the same.
Your buttheads.
Your buttheads, you asshole. And so then they're like, we're gonna make our own trenches elsewhere.
Oh,
so we have two sides in between the football field that is dead.
What fucking do?
So it gets better.
Or World War One.
World War I, dude. Trench warfare. So anyway.
Civil War.
So what happened? Well, that too. Yeah. So anyway, now my side. By the way, we had a group. We had a club back in the day. My friends and I that were doing this money, not laundering. This money, fraudulent
bills, whatever.
Money counterfeiting operation. We were doing this. We had a club back in 3rd grade called the Covenant because Halo was a big thing.
Covenant.
Right? We had cards too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So anyway,
Pretty legit.
It was, and it was pretty selected. So anyway, the Covenant. Okay, we decided to make our foxholes next to each other, but we were like, dude, we need to hide this fake money. So we buried some of it.
Shit.
Right? So it's gonna get better. So then we were like, wait a minute. It rained one day, got money. We're like, oh, well, there goes like $80. You're like, that sucks. Now remember, back in the day, if anyone had like a very similar experience in life, $80 was literally the most money you ever could fucking have.
Yeah.
The most anyone reasonably, legitimately ever had was like $8 or $10, $20.
Yep.
Okay? We had $80 down the drain that day.
Oh.
And we were like...
So you went to war.
No, we can't go to war with this guy. It was raining that day.
So
what we did instead was,
fuck?
we were like, okay, we need one of those pencil boxes, the plastic pencil boxes.
Yeah.
So we started putting our fake counterfeit money there. So then we buried that. We were like, well, burying it's a pain in the ass because what the fuck? Because we'd have to bury it during recess 1 and then unbury it recess 2 and bury it recess 2. It was a pain in the ass. It really was. So we were like, there's got to be a better way to do
You
this.
lazy little fucks.
So here's what we did instead. We made a smaller hole inside. Okay, so here's the foxhole, right?
Sure.
You're in it.
Yes.
Now, imagine off to the side is a crevice where you can put it in.
Oh.
And then cover it
Okay.
up, right? So it's a
Yeah.
shelf, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what happened was we were like, oh, crap, how do we make more? We were like, we can make more during recess, guys. And we were like, how do we do that secretly? We did it in the foxholes. And we built tunnels in between our foxholes to transfer money through 5 people to one end of the trench to the other. So I would make it 4 people down the line later, 3 people down the line later. Guy number 5 puts it in the chest, and by the end of the recess, puts it back in. That was my recess for a whole half a year. Okay, so at the end of the year, and here's the thing, we started using the money too. So we were like, guys, can we have the football? I'm like, no, we're the jocks. We want the football the most because we play this game. It's like, okay, whatever. Well, now we're like, guys, here's $2. Just give us the football. Like, yeah, dude, give it to me. You know, and we had the football. We would just toss the football around. Or if we wanted, like, you know, the 4-square court. You know,
wanted a kiss from the girls.
No, we weren't.
Give
We
them
weren't.
$5.
We weren't pimps.
12-year-old.
We were not pimps. I'm gonna say that
can
up
tell-
front.
You can tell the difference between our schools.
Yeah, my school was better at this because the thing was we actually bribed people.
Because you weren't assholes.
No, we were, but we were better at it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
You weren't
there
savages
were
like
some
me.
people that we didn't like in the covenant.
Oh,
the covenant
shit.
didn't like some people, so
Okay.
we were like, those guys are assholes. Particularly the guys with the foxholes over there, that trench.
Oh,
So we would pay other people to steal other people's shit. And an ungodly sum, like they knew
The
something.
covenant.
Like here's the thing, they knew something was fucking up with our money, but they were like, we are not going to say anything because that means no one's money will be allowed anymore. It will fuck up the whole thing. Thanks for the money, pal. We'll keep it secret. So the people doing this shit for us to get them in trouble, like to fuck each other up. Like, the people with the money would keep it secret. They'd get in trouble. They didn't give a damn. They were like, I got all this class money. I can get all the prizes in the goddamn world now.
Yeah.
But they kept quiet because they knew if they told the teachers, like, they would get rid of all class money.
Mm-hmm.
It would be illegitimate, all of it. And
No more ninjas. No more foam ninjas.
no
Or
more Hot
plastic
Wheels,
ninjas.
no more stickers,
God.
no more stamps, nothing.
No more parachute men.
No more parachute men.
Or the gummy worms.
Gummy worms. Yeah. But anyway,
Bacon?
besides all that, listen. It's all coming to a head. Ready? So we would have people fuck each other up. It was like mobster shit, okay?
That's pretty good.
I was the counterfeiter. And like we would just hand money out to just leave us alone. Go away. It's like, hey, I heard you had counterfeit money. It's like, fuck off. Do you want your money to be worthless? Go away. And they're like, okay, I'm sorry. You know, and then it was like, if we liked people, we'd be like, well, here's a couple. So by the end of the year, we had like the real currency size, like the actual like carrying
Inflated.
capacity of non-inflated currency should have been around $100. By my summations today, I'm pretty sure
It was even more.
it was the pass around of all notes basically amounted to. You ready for this number?
Okay.
$8,000. $8,000 because we didn't stop ever. Half a year we did this. Okay, so then we were like, okay, well. Then here's the best part. One recess, we put all of our money. We had like, we always kept the most money though. Every month, any amount of money we gave, we made twice as much. So we always had the most, because even if it was
The
inflated,
teachers never caught on.
they never did. Because we were smart little fuckers. Like we were not dumb little shits like you in your school. We were like prep school kids, and we were like, okay. Be smart, guys. Not to say there weren't dumbasses in our school, but like the dumbasses at our school outshined your smart people. Like, you know what I mean?
The smart people outshine the dumb shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so here's what happens. We put $800 in our little box. That wasn't enough, so we had to get 3 more boxes. So we were like, we needed temporary boxes. So I sacrificed mine, which I liked, and then another friend of ours, Thomas, took his or something like that. And 3 boxes with $800 worth of money.
Oh my god.
Okay, were put inside the dirt. We had 3 shelves now in one of our foxholes. Then the next day, one of the teachers was like, "Guys, you can't play in the dirt anymore." We're like, "What do you mean?" And it was like, "We had to cover the foxholes. We had to cover those things."
No.
So here's the part that really gets me to this day, because my brother went to the same school as me and went through the same grades in the same place. Nothing has moved since then. No construction has been done.
Are those boxes still
The
there?
boxes of money, which are still the same ones in print today, 5 years later, when my brother was in school, back at that same grade,
Okay.
are still worth finding. Because they can still use it. So there's 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24? $2,400 of class money buried in the ground in the school I once went to. And I told my brother that story since the beginning. Okay? Ever since that day, I told him about it. And ever since he went to 3rd grade, he and his friends, which formed a group, I don't know what they call their name. I don't even know if they have a name. They decided they'd find the money. They swore to God they'd find our money. And I was like, "I hope you find it. I hope you find my treasure, kid." and the thing,
the legacy.
they had 3 years to find it. 1 year, they got to dig in the dirt again because no one gave a fuck. But they couldn't find it. They dug in the wrong places.
Do you remember?
I remember exactly where it is. I could go back to my old school and say, "Hey guys, I want to tell you a story I've never told anyone in 8 years." And then be like, "Guys, I want to show you something." Get up off the table, get them to the lot, be like, "Guys, give me my shovel." It's like, "What the fuck are you going to do?" And it's like, "That glass money I'm talking about, it's buried here."
X marks the spot.
I want to film it too. Like, it's gonna be amazing.
Oh.
So anyway, it's gonna get so great because like the thing is, we knew how to extort people.
That
And-
reminds me.
Isn't that great?
That reminds
That was my childhood. Like, everyone has like stories. Like, my dad is like, "I was growing up in the Philippines and I kicked a shark's ass one day." I was like, "Oh, cool." Like, my dad's a badass. He passed a 2nd kidney stone one time in a single year, and he was laughing the whole car trip to the hospital. Like,
Best
God
dad.
damn, my dad. Like, me and my dad butt heads a lot, but my dad is fucking cool and a badass in his own right. And his own right is probably better than most people I know anyway. So, with that said, my childhood is not one of badassery, but one of extortion, crime, and villainy.
That's a pretty good.
Yeah,
I
I have a story kind of like that.
do it.
Yeah, I'll make it a little quicker. But there's this one time where me and my brother are like a year apart.
Mhm.
So we pretty much were in the same grade
Mhm.
or same age at points too,
Right.
or bullshit like that. So in elementary school, Smarties was a thing,
of course, yes.
and me and my brother got an allowance,
Okay.
and we'd take these Smarties. But we one-upped everyone else because other people were selling them. And we smashed up the Smarties.
And
We snorted it.
Of course.
of course, why wouldn't you?
And it was like fine powder shit. We would spend like
Hours.
hours
Hours grinding this up.
grinding this. It started out just me and my brother just slowly grinding it.
Oh my
And then
God.
then we had like 2 or 3 friends that we knew
Uh-huh.
really well, and I still am friends with today. They would sell them,
The powder.
sell the powder
Oh my God.
and we would grind them in the Smartie container
Okay.
to guarantee authenticity.
yeah. Yeah.
So it would just be a thing of Smartie powder,
Right.
and we would hand it to kids, and it would be $3.
$3.
$3.
$3 deluxe fucking dollars.
And these kids would snort it up. And we kept, and slowly, we got our friends to grind up. They aged out of dealers. And we hired random fucking kids to deal. Because we realized, holy shit, if a teacher catches us, we're going to get fucked.
Right.
So we started just hiring random kids, usually younger or stuff. Oh, it's a comrade.
Yo.
What's up?
Gotta go put out more mouse traps.
Oh, shit.
You're okay, man.
Comrade!
Yes, that's right. So
Okay,
keep going.
Smarties.
So you were like you had to find new dealers.
So we made new dealers. They're usually younger kids who we didn't give a fuck about.
That's awesome.
And we would have another, and we wouldn't give them to him directly.
Oh, okay.
We would like leave it and be like, leave the money. If we find out who you are, or you find out you took money from us, we'll fuck you up. And at my school, I was a bully.
Okay.
Like, I took a kid's stuffed animal and I cut it up.
Oh my god! That's the worst.
I am a fucking horrible human being in elementary school.
Okay.
In middle school, I was a little better. I just got into fights with people my own age. But,
Okay. Well, anyway, keep going.
High
This
school,
is
I
good.
mellowed out.
So keep going.
And now I'm a quiet kid. So my life was a roller coaster with that. But anyways, Smarties and dealers, and so it was like they didn't even know. So the teacher would ask them, "Where are you getting this shit?" And they're like, "It's under the fucking tree." And then every time they would get caught, we would switch. Like each dealer had their own tree or something where they would find shit. It's like, oh, it would be in your locker the next day.
Wow.
And it was like, and just leave the money in your locker. And we made tons of fucking money.
How much money do you think you made? You made real money then.
We made real fucking money.
How much?
At one point, we were buying $300 worth of Smarties. Because we were starting to sell to middle schoolers.
Fuck!
And we were elementary school, 5th grader and 4th grader.
Wow.
I'm the older brother, so I was in 5th grade. But
Wow.
5th grader, 4th grader.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the same time when we had kids in our school who would bring airsoft guns and be stupid with them.
Right.
And so, like, I remember this one kid ends up finding out who's doing it. He finds my brother.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I know you're doing it. I'm going to tell the teacher. And me and my friends took the fucking kid, took him to this, like, foresty shit that we had, and we dunked his head in water. We basically waterboarded the kid, and we said that we're going to hit you in the eyes with airsoft guns if you don't be quiet. If you are quiet and you help us, you'll get paid.
Oh my god!
We were like, we were a step from mafia. We were cartel.
You were cartel.
Well, I have Hispanic blood in me. So
Sure.
I was ruthless, bloody.
So what happened after that?
So after that, I go to 6th grade and I sort of stop and I give all of it to my brother.
You give the
I
family
give
trade.
my family trade to my brother.
Family business.
Because in middle school, I just started getting involved in fights, and I was like, we're going to get caught
Yeah.
if I keep this up. If I keep that up and fight.
Right.
That
was
I got
pretty
paid
smart
pretty
move.
good with fighting, too, which was okay.
Nice.
Not as much as the cartel thing, but I liked
Right.
fighting at that point because I was a angry, like, little child.
Right.
But so my brother kept that up, and then like the year afterwards, my brother was training a kid throughout the year. He was a good kid.
Mm-hmm.
He was smart as shit and all this stuff. But like as soon as we left, like 4 months in, someone ratted him.
Oh shit!
Of course.
He wasn't
Because
ruthless enough.
He wasn't ruthless enough. He wasn't as cartel as us. He's turned back into mafia.
Okay, so classy and shit.
Yeah, he turned into classy, and he spent. And his parent, like the reason, like he really got caught was because, like, one, he got ratted at school, and two, his parents found the money,
Oh god,
and his
no.
parents are really fucking strict. So they moved out of the state, and he wouldn't rat us out.
Well, that's a good
What a
kid.
bro.
Fell on his sword. Way to go, whoever you are. You, sir, if you're listening to this, I love people like you.
I think he's dead.
No, don't say
His
that.
parents probably killed him because it was a lot of money. We were spending $300 on just the
Now,
Smarties
how much
alone,
did you
and we
put
were
in your
still
pocket?
making profit.
How much did you put in your pocket? What was like? Don't tell me. Like, tell us the
there
gross
was a lot
later.
of people involved, so
No, okay,
it
so-
was split very evenly.
So how-
even among like the top tier, like me and my brother.
Right. What did you make?
I think I made like $50 a week as a child,
That's
and I think there was
a little under minimum wage today.
we had like 25 or so, like just kids making it.
grinding.
Yeah.
No, we had a couple of guys had their high school brothers and sisters buy the Smarties for us because it would be kind of weird if you spent $300 worth of Smarties. So we would divvy it up amongst them and be like, go buy Smarties throughout town.
Wow. Were
And
they involved in the payments?
Yes.
Shit.
They got paid just as much as us because they were fucking teens and
Yeah.
they have a
beat
lot
the
more
shit
say.
They were the
and they can beat the
suppliers.
shit out of us. So it was like
Twice your age.
yeah,
twice
so
your
they were like,
size.
yeah. And we realized that. So me and my brother were like, all right, we got to pay him like 50 and 55 depending on so.
Jesus.
And
they must have loved that.
Yeah, and they're like, it's fucking Smarties, so they don't give a shit.
Yeah, it wasn't illegal.
Yeah. It
It was drug money without drugs.
It was drug money without drugs. And so, fuck, I lost my train of thought. So we would have the high schoolers buy it for us, and then we would have like the younger siblings and stuff, and the friends of the younger siblings, and things like that, and they would grind it up, and then we would have distributors who would hide them.
Now,
in
how
the
did you
dealers.
how did you contact your dealers?
Mostly by note.
Okay.
Like the notes in the
You just
classroom
chose
type thing.
kids. You just chose kids.
We kind of watched them.
Okay.
We made sure that, like, one, they're either too passive or like money or just certain traits.
Now, how much did the dealers make?
Me and my brother read a lot of books. Dealers made, like, we gave them, like, $15.
Wow. In grade school? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it was depending on how much they sold, too. Like, we would give them bonuses on how much they sold that week.
But think about it. Anyone
So
who's
they
not
would
involved
give it
is spending
incentive.
that money.
That's
though.
yeah, and we moved on into middle school, and we had just middle school dealers. We didn't have middle school grinders or distributors. So we would get the because like they were like just right across the street, so it wasn't uncommon for an elementary school sibling to wander into the middle school. And so yeah, it was pretty easy for that.
Dude, what books did you read?
Me and my brother watched a lot of that National Geographic like crime.
Oh,
show things.
wow.
Like where they talk about like the cartels.
You kids were pretty smart then.
They
I take
talk
it back.
Well, we were savages about it though.
I mean, that's okay. That's how you kept control. You
Yeah,
almost
stupidity.
you almost blinded a kid after you waterboarded him. That's CIA shit right there.
Yeah.
It really is.
We were going to but he never did. He was pretty, and after that he's like, that scared the shit out of me. And I'm still friends with him too. He's a pretty cool guy. He's like, that scared the shit out of me, but he's like, I enjoyed that. He's like, that was the funnest points of my life. And he's like, and I'm like, snitches get stitches. He's like, snitches get stitches.
Guy, do you have another story like that?
I have 2 stories. Neither are quite as large.
Oh, I still know that kid.
I'll back up a bit. When you talk about how you were savage early on and then mellow out a bit.
Yeah. Were you the opposite?
I was the complete opposite.
Oh, okay.
I was silent 1st and 2nd grade. My teacher didn't hear me speak a word until parent-teacher
I didn't
conferences.
have any friends in 1st grade or 2nd grade because I looked Hispanic and I was in an all-white school basically.
Oh, see, but I'm Asian, and like me being Asian just made me not talk. Made me just more naturally shy. Like everyone else is white. I'm like, what am I gonna do?
Okay.
What am I
Stay
gonna
away
do?
from you fuckers.
You fucking.
I just
weird.
read books. So, but like
Sounds
going back to
Asian.
the progression, like I love how in elementary school, how you become the top dog is usually who can run the fastest.
Right.
Oh fuck yeah.
Middle school, it's who can beat the shit out of everyone else. So who can fight the best. But then in high school, it's who can study the hardest and get the best grades and who's the smartest.
Right.
I just think that's so funny how.
It
I
is
think
funny.
nowadays it's like in high school it's not really
Not as
has
much
the
as
best grade.
Maybe
Yeah.
less so
Like
now.
they do have like a status
Mhm.
because they're fucking smart, and everyone's like, oh, but they also like. I would just assume that everyone has. It's a clique more now.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah.
Either
Like,
way.
it's who
But
can
keep
smoke
going,
the
keep
most
going.
dope.
I have 2 stories.
2 stories.
2 stories.
One
One.
is from 4th grade. The other is from 6 years of summer schooling in Japan.
Okay.
The 4th grade one, I was just smarter than everyone else in my grades. Like
Okay.
I just read books all the time. That's
Mhm.
all I did.
Cool.
Read in school. Teacher could not care.
Mhm.
Teacher's pet. For maybe no, because I didn't talk. all I would do is read books, and they'd be like, "Kai's reading his book. He does okay. He's smarter than everyone else. That's fine."
Okay.
4th grade, maybe for 3 months, I stopped reading books completely. Instead, I made paper cranes. I made tiny little paper cranes, maybe, how big would you say? Half an inch
Okay.
big? Half an inch
Okay.
big.
Okay.
I would sell them for a nickel each.
Oh.
It takes me maybe a minute to make each one.
Wow.
From cutting out the paper,
Okay.
to folding it,
Okay.
to having it on display.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a minute.
Okay.
Selling it for a nickel. I think I made $30.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
3 months in 4th grade.
Okay. That's a lot.
That's a lot of
For
money for
third
not doing
grade.
anything.
Yeah.
For 3rd grade, that's pretty good.
Well, 3rd, 4th grade, yeah. I'm still pretty.
I mean,
impressed.
it was still. I mean, you did it like legitimately. You didn't like
So wait.
have like a.
So wait, all right,
design
you-
or-
I'm not like
you were-
shooting up anyone.
Yeah, like
you
me.
were an artisan. You were a Zeta cartel member. I was high class mob. Because remember, like you had to threaten the guy to shut up because you had real money at stake.
Mm-hmm.
Us, it was not crypto. It was a internal currency,
Money, yeah.
and everyone at the school was like a prep school kid, so everyone understood what
Like-
would happen, all the consequences, on their own. So we didn't have to threaten anyone. It was like high class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No money was really at stake except if you wanted to start selling the merchandise that
Yeah.
you could get.
Oh, we would sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards too.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards,
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Pokemon cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards were a big trade,
Those are the big
along
trades.
with the Smarties,
What was your
because they were illegal,
Ooh.
so they're rich.
Second story happens every year. I previously mentioned that I'm Asian.
Mm-hmm.
I attended school in Japan for
Oh,
6
you're
years.
Asian? I didn't know you were Asian. Wow.
For 2 months during the summer, so I had essentially no summer
Oh.
for all of elementary school.
Shit.
No, it was fine. I loved it.
Okay.
Like I travel to Japan, my home country, and have a good time. Even though I'm in school, like I'm making friends, I'm having a good time. It's not, and I'm also growing up with it. It's not really like
Right. No. Yeah.
it's
I
just
hear you.
normal. It's what I
You're a
did.
kid. You're a squid.
Are you?
In addition to being able to run the fastest of who was the coolest in elementary school in Japan, it was who could make the best mud balls.
What the fuck?
What the fuck's a mud ball?
So there was a very fine process. It was you would take like the sand, you would take the mud from like the track that they had, and you would make a nice little ball, and then you would sprinkle it with the dust from the dust and sand from around the
Right.
slide.
Right.
Okay.
And then you would wash it off a bit in the sink because there's outdoor sinks and stuff. In Japan,
Yeah.
it's a little weird, different.
Anime.
But you would wash it, yeah. But you would wash it, you would scrub it off a little bit. You would try to make it look a little shiny, and then you would set it out in the sun.
Uh-huh.
Wait until after school, you would come back, and you would check each one. If it has a crack, then it's obviously no good. You toss that shit away.
That's fucking great.
The good ones,
Would get
like,
sold?
glowed. No, it's just you were like, look at this fucking mud ball.
Oh, so
I
like,
got this-
okay. So
I
you're
got
are
this
you talking
fucking mud ball.
Are you
Like,
talking
look at
about the
me.
actual art people do in Japan, where it's actually mud, like
They're
polishing?
kind of, but like we're elementary school.
You know what I'm
kids,
talking
so
about,
it's like-
right?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay, was it like that?
And they actually shut. No.
Oh, okay.
No. They're elementary school kids. They wouldn't be able to do that shit.
But like, it's like who can make
The shiniest mud ball.
the shiniest mud balls?
Right.
And like,
Oh my god. That's like
you had a great mud ball.
I feel
you,
like Japanese culture to a T.
You what?
You showed that shit off. You're like, look at this fucking mud ball. Like, damn, you wish you could have made this mud ball, don't you?
But no, your fucking mud ball has a crack.
Your mud ball had a fucking crack
Oh
in
my
it.
god.
You threw that away.
Jesus Christ.
So every day, these
So-
elementary school kids, someone like wearing their backpacks, like walking down the road. Like I live in a really rural place, but like, but kids walk home everywhere in Japan. That's the usual.
Animes.
Yeah, animes.
Yep.
They're walking home,
Mm-hmm.
just got mud on their hands because they're showing off their mud
Oh.
balls. Parents would get mad.
Hello, other comrade.
Hello. Shh. We're doing a thing.
A record.
And you know what? On that note, thank you, Corey. I guess that'll end today's episode. Just about 20 seconds after the hour. Maybe we can drag this out for a little bit. Well, this was Soviet Outpost 1. Thank you for listening.
Brought to you by